Real people, real radio. Wherever you are, make it TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
It is 9:02 in the p.m. Donny Gillson, 32 degrees of insanity right here on the Truth Frequency Radio Network and K-Beach. That's K-Beach Radio is kbeach.org and K-Beach FM 88.1 FM. KKJZ HD3 Long Beach, Los Angeles. It is good to be back here on the Truth Frequency Radio Network as we do this show every 32 degrees of insanity every Thursday night. We start at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and going all the way till midnight. Tonight we are going to have an incredible broadcast, guys. I am bringing back my dear beloved friend and sister in light, Laura Magdalene Eisenhower. Laura is the great-granddaughter of our beloved President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And if you remember what Dwight D. Eisenhower spoke about before he actually left his presidency and then John F. Kennedy came in, but he talked about the military-industrial complex, and he warned us of this machine that is basically getting bigger than we are. And it's actually almost turning into its own little monster, and that we have to be aware of this. And we know that a lot of this has been going on for years upon years. I mean, the military-industrial complex has been probably the biggest thing as far as the way corporate capitalism has taken place in the United States for years upon years. And we can thank the Rockefellers and all of the rest of them for all of this wonderful stuff. But anyways, and I'm being very sarcastic if you know me, tonight is going to be a wonderful show. So we're going to bring Laura on here in a little bit. But before I get into this, of course, we'll bring Ben on. Ben's out in Iowa. We'll have him here. But before we get into some things tonight, I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me. Man, it has been a week, guys. Last week, we had Leo Lyons-Agami, 33rd Degree Freemason, and Brad Olson of CCC Publishing. If you didn't have a chance to listen to that show, it was phenomenal. Brad and Leo came out with an announcement about the translation of the 3-part volume Confessions of the Illuminati that was written in Italian. Actually, there's in the second volume a nice few chapters were written about me as well, just to toot my horn a little bit. But it's all about my light in Masonry, my search for light in Freemasonry. And what was described last week was absolutely phenomenal. I was getting emails from all over the country and the world this week saying how wonderful that show was. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, you can always join us on our Spreaker, and that's Spreaker, Spreaker, Spreaker.com. You look up 32 Degrees of Insanity, or you can just go to Spreaker.com/user/ the message. I'm sorry. So let me repeat that one more time. www.spreaker.com /user/the message, and from there you can follow us. And I think we're looking at getting on iHeartRadio as well, along with the Truth Frequency Radio Network. You can listen to our archives of the Truth Frequency. You can listen to archives here on K Beach Radio as well. A lot of great ways for you to listen to 32 Degrees of Insanity. The more ways, the better, I say. And a lot of people have asked me, "Hey, Donnie, I miss listening to those old YouTube channels that you used to have." And we, a lot of us, you can remember, we, had the YouTube channel. We were talking about Nibiru, and we were talking about Near Mars Station in Antarctica, and that particular. Remember, if you can remember correctly, if you've been listening to me for some time, there was a video that I did where we were showing New Mars Station, and it reminds me, whenever I see this Ebola stuff, these guys in these uniforms, there were these three guys. They look like the Three Stooges down at New Mars Station. And people, if you're not familiar with what New Mars Station is, New Mars Station is a scientific research laboratory in Antarctica. And if you want to learn about New Mars Station, it's kind of a weird, eerie place. And it is a German-based research station down in Antarctica. And we did a lot of following down there. And there was a particular video that I did. And I did this with Vicky. And Vicky was my old co-host of 32 Degrees of Insanity on the Freedomizer Radio Network. And when we did this show, we did this video, there was these guys in these weird, they look like radiation suits out in the middle of Antarctica. You could see them out on the road. And there was then this mysterious man that showed up. And this man looked like he was completely out of place. He wasn't in the radiation suits. He looked like one of those old prospectors from back in the day, those old explorers that went down to Antarctica to search for stuff. And he went and he was in the circle with these guys, and you could see this light protrude out. And they were looking at what looked like a map to me. And this, you have to, in New Mars Station, they get these, it's time-lapse photos. So like every couple minutes, they'll take a shot. And so we're watching this unfold. And the first thing that came to my mind was time travel. And tonight, with Laura Eisenhower, who was a candidate for a project called Project Pegasus, that was basically a top secret time travel program. We talked about it when Alfred Weber was on the show a few weeks back. We had Alfred Weber on the 9/11 show, which was a fabulous show, by the way. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that show, you're going to want to. But it was, we talked about this Project Pegasus and the Andrew Brazago, who was also one of the members that was involved in this, and our own current sitting president right now, Barack Obama, was also involved in this. So we'll talk a little bit about that with Laura in a few moments here. But let's get back to my week. Oh my God, guys. It has just been a very stressful week for me. I had to drop, unfortunately, a couple classes dealing with some medical issues. I have not shared with a lot of people, but about 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with early onsets of Parkinson's. And I take a little pill every day called Artane. Well, I've been going through some stressful situations. I'm going through a move right now. We just landed a brand new house, and I've been moving into it. So I've been kind of not asymptomatic, but I've been very symptomatic as of late. So I've been dealing with that. And it has been a rough week for me. My car broke down yesterday, and the things that, we were trying to get things done just were not happening. But the good Lord, the way I look at it, has allowed me the chance to get back on the microphone today and be back here to talk about some of the great things that we love to talk about on 32 Degrees. I was very excited to get back here to talk to you guys tonight. The wonderful support that I have been getting from here at K Beach, and the wonderful support that I have been getting from Truth Frequency Radio Network as I go through these health problems. And a lot of you know that I've been dealing with these health problems that have been listening to me for a long time, know that these things are happening to me. And, I just take it day by day. But another wonderful thing happened to me today, and I could not thank the Lord more for this. My little brother, that I have not really spoken to since 2011, when my father passed away from a major heart attack, and our grandmother died that same year. And last time I spoke with my brother was at the funeral, and he reached out to me today. And it was just amazing to see my little brother and to hear back from him. And so I am hoping he's out there listening tonight. And so I want to tell him that I love him dearly, and that, thank you for reaching out to me tonight. And this, some of you don't know, I'm originally from Minneapolis, or St. Paul, Minnesota, born and raised in the great Midwest. My father, my grandfather, my grandmother, all police department. We were all brought up as cop kids. And, we were the black sheep of the family, my little brother and I. But we did our fair share of trouble. I think that's how I really got into the whole conspiracy game. But of course, I'm still a Freemason, so I believe in going down embodied by the rightful laws of order and karmic the karmic laws and all of that good stuff. So I think as I have raised my frequency, and we're going to be talking with Laura about this tonight, about frequency and Gaia, and how just by raising your energy or raising your frequency level up just a tad, you will be able to change your life completely. And don't let things get you down. I know a lot of you students out there that are listening to me tonight, there's a lot of things going on, and you might be overwhelmed. And but I'm 45 years old. I'm doing this. I'm getting things done. I got a lot of problems, health-wise, fiscal, you name it. But I'm still getting the things done, and I'm figuring it out. And you can do it too, just by raising your frequency. And it's very, very easy to do. But with that being said, I'm going to bring on my good old co-host, Ben. Ben, welcome to the show. Ben Bueller, are you there, Ben? He's going to be like, he always does this. He's like, and well, such is life. We'll see if we can get Ben on in a little bit. Let me just maybe I call him back here, and he will actually answer his phone. Ben is out, and Ben is out. And actually, Ben, you want to call into this? So let's see here. Let's try here. All right. Seems like I'm on the air now. No, we're here. It looks like Truth Frequency Radio. Yeah, I think we're having some problems here, guys and gals. So if you want to stick around here, just hang on a second. Looks like when Ben called in, it just kind of screwed up some things here. We're back on the air here on KBeach 88.1 FM, KKJZ right here in Long Beach, Los Angeles. As we deal with, this is what happens when you do a lot.